Heard you.
Boom, shaka, laka. It is Friday. You already know the vibes. Who Run the City is in the building. Tea Time, Big Fan Breezy. You already know. Shout out to Kevin in the building. Shout out to Quan. We see y'all. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
10-game win streak.
I know you've been fiending, so go ahead.
Shit, man, I don't know where to start, man. I don't know where to start. I'm gonna start with the Nets. We on a 10-game win streak, and that shit is epic. So epic. I wanted to check the stats, and we ain't doing a lot of that shit. And throughout history, you know what I mean? It's not the biggest win streak we ever had. The biggest win streak we had was 14 games. But we on our way. You know what I'm saying? We on our way, and we beat some pretty serious teams with the Bucks and Cavaliers to do it. Last week my predictions was that we would beat the Bucks and the Cavs. And I forgot to mention Atlanta. We beat all three of those teams. We were 3 for 3. Okay, shout out to BJ. I see you, bro. Shout out to This Is JTV. I see you. Shout to, he said don't let him off the hook. We're gonna get to it, Jay. We're gonna get to it, but we gotta talk some Nets news first. You know what I'm saying? That being said, again, I contribute this win streak from last week to this week, and I'm gonna slow down and give a big shout out to my guy Nick Claxton. He's been huge, getting a lot of criticism about how we need another big man, and what we got right now isn't enough. And through all of the shit that he had to hear about needing a big man from day one in the off season, all of that, he been holding it down. I got him in the MIP conversations. I think he is one of the most improved players from this year to last year, from last year to this year. He averaging about 3 to 4 more points. We lead the league in blocks. And he's the core of our defense. We shut Giannis down. He had 0 points in that fourth quarter. So you know that was a tough game for him. And then they was talking about John Collins coming to the team, and he held his own there too. And with Jared Allen, he totally took away the alley oop from Jared Allen, like took it away. Darius Garland went off. He had 60. He had 40. Excuse me. Luka had 60. I'm confusing it. He had 46 points and a loss. So shout out to Garland. He is an amazing basketball player, but one player cannot beat us, which again, we'll get into the Knicks or whatever. But one player cannot beat us. We shut down Donovan Mitchell. He was 5 for 16 that night, and that's contributed to Nick Claxton too. He came out, he played perimeter defense, made it real difficult for Donovan Mitchell to score. Just ultimately we played a good, well-rounded basketball. And these were the two tougher teams in the East. And as a matter of fact, we shift the standings by beating those teams to increase our 10-game win streak. Atlanta was real tough, man. We only won by 1 point. And in my opinion, my coach is better than Nate McMillan, because Nate McMillan, with like 5 seconds left, decided to go full court with 2 timeouts in his bag, kept the 2 timeouts in his bag. Okay, cool. We letting Dejounte Murray shoot a 3-pointer at the end of the game. It's cool with me. Dejounte Murray is a stellar scorer as he is. In my opinion, he's a 2-level scorer, not a 3-level scorer. And him taking a 3 from 45 yards away, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Down by 1 point. I'm like, how you not advance the ball? You know what I mean? I was like, so as soon as they caught the rebound, I was like, oh, timeout. No,
yeah.
Timeout.
None whatsoever. I was surprised. And I would say it favored us by them not calling timeout and Dejounte Murray not really being that guy. He cannot lead the Atlanta Hawks. And I say this for this one reason. When I watched the instant replay, I said, yo, Aaron Holiday was in the corner on the left side, wide open. It was like 2 people guarding Dejounte Murray on that play. If he pushed the ball the same way and found Dejounte Murray on the left side, we might have lost that game. You know what I'm saying?
It really wasn't enough time. Yeah, I mean that's why you call a timeout in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you can advance the ball. You don't have to go the full length of the court. You know what I mean? And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think what's his face want to get out of there, man. Nate
Cool.
McMillan want to get up out of there. I think
You heard the
I see
reports
that.
today?
Yeah, I don't know how true it is because I didn't really check the sources. You know, I'm all about sources.
Yeah.
But yeah, they saying that he considering resigning,
Mm-hmm.
and because all he want to do all he gonna do is tarnish his reputation by staying there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's all he gonna do. So like, and especially because you got talent on that team and you losing with the talent you got on that team is got talent on there. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
Trey Young, Dejounte Murray, the one of the Bodon guys,
Mm-hmm.
Collins, Capella's still on that team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't play that night, did he? No, I didn't
Nah,
see
he ain't
him.
play. But I'm just saying, but he's a part of the team. Like this
Yeah.
talent he played this season. You feel me? And they still got a bad record. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
like that, him coaching that team is only gonna tarnish his record. So I think he went out of there, honestly.
Yeah. I think they did not miss by getting Deontay Murray, but them not surrounding Trey Young with shooters. Deontay Murray is a two-way scorer, and Trey Young is a three-way scorer. So defenses are used to guarding the Hawks at a three-way level. But with Deontay Murray not there, you kind of take that element out of the offense. It doesn't make them a better team if they're not on the floor at the same time. I see them both being great scorers and distributors, and Trey Young and Deontay Murray. But I'm not sure of the culmination anymore. I'm not. I was big on them in the offseason, like, oh, they might shake up the scene, make some noise. They like a 500 ball club. It's like 35 games in, they like 17-17 or something like that. They're not kicking up dust.
Nah, they under 500.
Yeah, they're not scary at all. Shout out to the Nets fans in the building. I see y'all in the chat going crazy right now. Shout out to who's that? Quan 19. Oh yeah, you shouted him out
Yeah.
already. Yeah, but yeah, listen, I really like the fact that the post-game interviews speak volumes because after the game, there's a humble approach. And Kyrie Irving, I just want to say this. In a post-game interview with Kyrie Irving after the Cleveland Cavaliers, they asked Kyrie Irving, what I mean? You won a championship here, and what's it like for you on the Brooklyn Nets? And he was like, yo, I'm way more humble and mature. He said, the prodigal son of the NBA or something like that towards LeBron. He was like, I was with him and I see what it was to build my team. After that, I've gained a lot of maturity after having that basketball team and trying to do it on my own. And I've been humbled by my situations, and I now know the significance of what it is or how to build a championship team, and I won't take that for granted. He said, I see us doing that now with the Brooklyn Nets. And he spoke more to it. I can't give it to you verbatim. I forget offhand. I just woke up. I apologize. And I apologize for being late. It was all my fault. I was putting my daughter to sleep and I fell asleep. So that's what happened. But I appreciate all y'all that tuned in. And again, man, Kyrie Irving is averaging 14 points. I think in the last 6 games, he's second in fourth quarter points. No, he's averaging 14 points in the fourth quarter, and he is second behind Giannis in fourth quarter points right now. He is showing up big time, and he's playing with purpose. Y'all could say it's for a contract. Y'all could say it's for whatever. He is playing with purpose, whether it be for his people, for new sneakers, for a new contract, for staying in Brooklyn. They asked him that as well, and he's kind of saying we taking this game to game. We're not discussing the future and what goes on then. We focus on the now. But yeah, man, I get into some Knicks shit, but you know what I'm saying? That's the department. I just want to have my shit to say when you get into your, your Knick bag or whatnot. But yeah, man, talk to me, man.
I'm ready for all the bullshit. But yeah, here we go. I mean, it was rough, man. This last week was rough. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I mean? Like, it was rough. You know what I mean? We on 5
Prediction
games.
wise, from last week to this week, where you at?
Bro, we lost 5 games in a row. Of course, my predictions is off. You know what I mean? Yeah, we on the 5-game skid. We injured. It's bad. Coach Tommy T is coaching like an asshole. I'm sorry, baby. I'm cursing. My kids up. Coach Tommy T is coaching bad. We're on a 5-game skid. We injured. It's not looking good right now. You feel me? Like, but I am still optimistic about the future when we get healthy. But right now it's all bad. I think Coach Tommy T need to switch up his rotations. He gotta find some more rest for Julius Randle. Julius Randle still balling out of control. Over this 5-game losing streak, Julius Randle is averaging like 34 points a game. You feel me? But we also missing what 22 points of offense. 42 points of offense with Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett being out. That's difficult to deal with. You feel me? That's difficult to deal with. Yeah, Julius Randle's averaging 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists over this 5-game losing streak. You feel me? Like, he's balling out of control, and he's shooting over 50% from the field. Mid and over 50% from the field, high 30s. I think he's like, is that your phone or mine? That was your phone.
That's my fault. My fault.
Yeah, it's all good. High 30s in 3-point percentage. Like, he's balling out of control, and you gotta find a way to get him some kind of rest. You feel me? Like, and also over these last 5 games, he's averaging 41 minutes a game. That's outrageous.
That's a lot.
That's outrageous. So when you come, when people want to talk about Julius Randle is not a finisher, bro, it's hard to finish games when you're playing 41 minutes a game, bro. You play the whole third, you get a 2-minute rest at the beginning of the third, and then you play the rest of the fourth. I granted Julius Randle is young, he's in really good shape, but he's human. You feel me? Like, and not only him, you look at Emmanuel Quickly over these last 2 games. Emmanuel Quickly averaged 43 minutes over these last 2 games. The game against Dallas, he played 51 minutes.
Damn.
Like, and you're literally watching the team starting to break down in front of our eyes. Jalen Brunson was the first domino. You feel me? Like, Jalen Brunson is a durable guy. That's one of the things that they were saying when he came over here. He's a durable guy.
Right.
He's going to play games. He's a durable guy. But if you running him to the ground, and not using your depth, because we do got some guys. I'm not saying that these guys need to be playing 20 plus minutes, but I'm saying there's guys that's on the bench that can give you a good 15 minutes to have these guys fresh to finish games. And Coach Tommy T's not using his bench and his depth, especially in situations when you down RJ Barrett and Evan Fournier, and you can't find minutes against Dallas for Evan or Cam. Like, that don't make sense.
Wow. Wow. I thought Cam Reddish had solidified his spot in the rotation.
He played well earlier in the season, but he also had some pretty rough games. So,
Coach enough to come out the rotation entirely, though?
Entirely. And I can't even all the way be mad at that, because we did go on an 8-game winning streak once the change was made. But at the same time, when you're down 2-3, because Obi's out, when you're down 3 pivotal rotation guys, you don't shrink your lineup you don't shrink your rotation to an 8-man rotation, because against Dallas, that's pretty much what we played. We played 8 guys. We played 8 guys, bro. That's not sustainable basketball.
Right.
And then you tried out a lineup, and during the Dallas game, you got 3 guards and 2 centers on the court. Like, who coaches like this?
3 guards? Oh, that's nasty work.
Who coaches like this, right? So, and then you got a healthy Cam Reddish and a healthy Evan Fournier sitting on the bench. He plays Evan Fournier against the Spurs. Evan had a pretty decent game, but he only played Evan for 17 minutes. I think Evan should have got more minutes. I think Deuce McBride shouldn't have closed out the game, because Deuce wasn't playing well, offensively or defensively. The guys that he was guarding were just too big and too strong. Pause. Right? Okay. So defense, and he wasn't doing nothing offensively. At least with Evan in that game, Evan had it cooking a little bit. Gave us 11 points in 17 minutes. You feel me? He was like 4 for 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line. Like, he had to cook it a little bit. He should have got those minutes at the end of the game. But, yes, baby. All right, give me a second. Yeah, we definitely only doing an hour today. I got 10 to my kid.
So giddy.
So, yeah, so at the end of the game, Evan should have been playing. You got a situation where that Keldon Johnson kid is going crazy, and he's not doing nothing special. He just literally overpowering guys, getting right in front of the rim and floating the ball up at the basket, and it's going in. All right, later, and it's going in. Clearly, you need somebody with some length to make it difficult for him when he gets in the paint to shoot over them. Coach Hamilton makes no adjustments. Don't make no adjustments to try to double team the kid to get the ball out of his hand because he was pretty much the only guy cooking, and just let it happen. And I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. So we just not gonna change nothing, huh? We just gonna continue. You didn't go to a zone or nothing. We just gonna keep on letting these guys get right to the basket all game. No schematical changes or nothing.
That's nasty. Yeah.
And then on top of that, in this losing streak, it's bad when opposing two players, right? Opposing two players on the opposing teams criticizes the schemes that's being ran against them because they know the schemes is foolish. Then goes, yo, I ain't seen drop coverage since college because everybody know he could shoot.
Right.
Everybody know he got the ratchet.
Yeah.
What Ho said, he got the semi and the tux. Like,
yeah.
You feel me? So,
I was going. Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
So then you got Luka the very next game say, "Yo, everybody knows we know that the Knicks ain't gonna double. Everybody knows I love pick and roll, so we just gonna keep on running pick and roll."
I heard him say that,
and I'm like, "We all see it. We all see it. How do you not try to double team Luka? You feel me?" And since we're gonna talk about it anyway. Like, it's certain things that I'm not mad at, right? Like, Luka dropping 60, I'm not mad at because he's a special player, right? Like, in the circumstances of the game, he was supposed to walk out there with an L in a great game, right? If you look at the game, he was supposed to walk out there with an L in a great game, right? GG's. Nice that you made history, but you took that L, right? So I'm not really mad at Luka because Luka been killing all week. He already has another 50-point game and 2 35-point games in a 4-game span. He's been balling out of control, right? So I'm not mad at that. I'm mad at the fact that the coach did not help the players. He did not help the players.
Nope.
He left them out there way too long. Like, the announcers are saying it. These guys look exhausted.
Yeah.
These guys look exhausted. Man. You got 3 guys that played for over 40 minutes. And I always say, too, like, thank you. I always say that it's not, my allergies been bugging.
Yeah, man.
It's not, the minutes is one thing, right? I got a problem with the minutes. It's the way that he allocates the minutes. There's not enough breaks in between that 40 minutes. Like, you can't have somebody play the whole third quarter because pretty much the starting line to play the whole third quarter. Some guys got a minute rest in whatchamacallit, in the fourth, and then they back out there for the rest of the fourth. Like, it's not sustainable basketball. The 9-man rotation is not sustainable basketball. And another problem, it's 2 other problems I had too, right, with the coaching strategy in that game. When Dinwiddie got the ball, I forgot how much time was on the clock, but he shot that 3. We were under a minute. We were under 30 seconds. I know that. We was like under 20, I think. We was under 20 seconds. Now, I'm allergic to the bullshit you typing. I'm reading.
Shout out to Jay.
I'm reading your comments, Jay, and it's giving me allergies. The bullshit you type. Yeah. So.
Oh shit.
At that point, we was up. We was up like, I forgot how much we was up, but we was up considerable amount, and I was like, yo, we should foul from now. Right? We should foul from now and play the free throw game. Don't give him a chance to shoot a 3 and bring the game close. I think we was up 5, if I'm not mistaken. We was up 5, and it was like we was in the teens at much of time. I was like, yeah, we should start fouling now. We should foul them now. Nope. Let Dinwiddie shoot the 3. And then when we inbound the ball, first of all, Coach Tommy T should have called the timeout to advance the basketball. That should have happened. Advance the basketball. It's harder to trap somebody when they have the whole length of the court to have to guard. You feel me? So you should have advanced the basketball. Did soon as Quentin Grimes got trapped, should have called the timeout immediately. We had 2 of them. We had 2 timeouts.
2 timeouts. Damn.
Then at the very end, even though both guys still had a good shot at getting the rebound on the last shot, Jericho Sims should have been in this spot for Quentin Grimes. You saw what Dallas did. They brought in JaVale McGee. Didn't play all game, bro.
Word.
He didn't play all game, but Jason Kidd knew that they needed this rebound.
Right. What you mean?
Even though, like I said, Grimes and McBride had a decent shot at the basketball. In my heart, I know if Jericho Sims was in that spot where Quentin Grimes was, he absolutely grabs that rebound.
No doubt. That's coaching.
Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. Game over. And we got to make our free throws. And I blame some of that on fatigue. Bro, we played against each other. As tight as we've been, you think you would have made 2 free throws, bro?
Yo, man, I listen. Y'all giving me Nash vibes. You know what I'm saying? I tune in. I know y'all don't really look at my trolling and shit, but I was on your page. I seen like 2 episodes of Fire Tibbs. I was crying. I think it's hilarious.
And the thing about Tibbs is I don't think he's a horrible coach. I just don't think he's the coach for this version of the team.
Hell right? No.
I think he was perfect for the year that we went to the playoffs. I think he was the perfect coach for that team, right? You install some kind of discipline. You feel me? You install some kind of discipline, and you didn't have much talent to work with, so you leaned on your best players. That's what Coach Tommy T does. You feel me? That's what Coach Tommy T does. He leans on his best players. So, no, I was agreeing with y'all. Y'all should have fired Nash. I've been telling y'all to fire Nash before. Y'all was saying y'all wanted to fire Nash. Am I lying, Big Fan Breezy?
Yeah, everybody wanted to fire Nash.
No,
you know
I'm saying
I mean?
Before y'all, you was having arguments with me about how good of a coach Nash was his first year.
I was trying to make him look good. He was trash. I mean, now that it's all over, I defend him as much as possible. He's trash.
Yeah, but I'm
not my coach no more.
It was a point where we was arguing about, you was arguing for the sake of Steve Nash, and I was telling you that he's trash and y'all gonna have to fire him. You feel me? So it's not like, oh, it's cool now because we saying it. I was telling y'all to fire Nash before y'all wanted to fire him.
The truth is that KD made Nash look good as possible. He's not Nash, not a good coach.
So back to what I was saying is that I don't think Coach Tommy T is a horrible coach. I just don't think he's the right coach for this version of the team. Right? This version of the team, that the first version that he got, it was Julius Randle and a whole bunch of pure defensive players. Alfred Payton, Noel, like it was just Reggie Bullock. It was just a team full of defenders, RJ Barrett and Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first version of the team. So that worked for Coach Tommy T.
Yeah.
Now you got some guys that they can defend, but they not as good of defenders as all of those guys. But they can also score a little bit too. But Coach Tommy T don't do nothing with offense.
Terrible, man. And
he don't know how to use his depth.
Nope.
So my problem is get him out of here. Let Johnny Bryant take over the team, and I guarantee immediately different results.
Mm-hmm. Old men that age usually stubborn. He probably stay and until his contract is up. But again, man, this is why every week I like to have the conversation of what's the percentage of to winning is coaching. I always say 45 to 50% because some nights, yo, we win it because KD is Kevin Durant and Kai is Kyrie Irving making amazing basketball plays. Like, God damn, KD, Kyrie was hitting threes in the last four. And I've seen the stat to be specific. The last 5 games, Kyrie Irving is averaging 14 points in the fourth quarter. Wow. But again, to the Knicks, yeah, I heard that comment about Luka. He did say that verbatim, like we ran the pick and roll all night. They ain't do nothing about it. We kept running.
He said, everybody knows I like the pick and roll. And they didn't double team me, so we just gonna keep on running the pick and roll all night.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, I seen this tweet. It said NBA teams was 0 for 13,884 in the last 20 seasons when trailing by at least 9 with 35 or fewer seconds left in the game. That is real history that Luka made, like the first one.
And let's not act like they didn't need a 4-leaf clover stuck in their pocket to get that W neither, bro. Because the likelihood of all those things happening in sequence, like some of it is talent, but some of that shit is just pure luck, bro.
That was bad coaching. Y'all had that game. Like y'all could have found, like you said, in the stretch, you already see this player got how you say 58 points or whatever it was before the 60. Like you do something to stop them. I mean, what I will say about that to Jacque Vaughn is, yeah, we understood that Darius Garland was going to score the ball, but everybody else couldn't do nothing. So even that it was close, in those close situations, we understood who was getting the ball. It wasn't going to be no alley-oop to Jared Allen. They ain't been doing it all night. The coach ain't going to trust it. Donovan Mitchell ain't going to shoot the ball because he been cold all night. Anytime he go to perimeter, he got to shoot over Nick Claxton. Like you said, we know what Donovan Mitchell was before we got to that game. We're not going to have him shooting over fucking Curry or Patty Mills. No, you got to shoot over Nick Claxton. Do it. Go ahead, do it. And he was 5 for 16. So case in point is we made the necessary adjustments to beat Cleveland. We don't walk in there without a good coach, we lose that game. And the close games, I'm starting. Well, I've been new because Nash was the coach. You lose or win those games based on how good the coach is. And we won these last few games based on how good Jacque Vaughn is. I mean, again, like I said, Kyrie Irving plays amazing basketball, but Jacque Vaughn definitely called key timeouts. When we got the lead, we pretty much held the lead. And we made them fight to tie the game, but it was a tough game. It was like 7 lead changes and 5-10 ties, something like that. It was just really close. And again, man, I contribute a lot of us winning these close games to Jacque Vaughn being able to call and make the necessary adjustments, whether it be make a timeout and pull Ben Simmons out at the last minute or so that way they can't, hack a Ben. But yeah, big contribution to Jacque Vaughn, and he speaks to it in the post-game interviews. If you're a Nets fan, start watching some of those post-game interviews, man. I mean, I might not watch it. I watch it because I vlog, but I just be wanting to see the mindsets of, you know what I mean, what these coaches and players think. And they all on the same accord, on the same page. Everybody seems to follow the system or the style of Jacque Vaughn coaching style. And they are, and when I say they, I mean KD and Kyrie, because it seemed like the players reach. They don't play as good as KD, but they compete as hard as KD, if that makes sense. And I think that's what Jacque Vaughn is doing. And even KD spoke to it in a post-game interview. He had told a reporter, like, yo, don't say it like that because you making it seem like I'm above my teammates. I like to think that we all on the same playing field. And I never heard KD speak like that until Jacque Vaughn was the head coach. I think Jacque Vaughn, he's a godsend, you know what I mean? He was here since 2016. He's seen all the peaks and valleys, ups and downs, plus and minuses to know what's right for the Brooklyn Nets and know what's not good for the Brooklyn Nets. He gives us countless examples, game after game. Jacque Vaughn is my favorite head coach. I got him
All
getting
right, don't worry about
coaching
it.
the next time
Don't worry.
it comes around. The last time we lost was to Boston, and that's the only loss we had. We're like 13 out of 14 out of our last games, and we won our last 10. I can't say enough about how important coaching is. And I checked the stat with that T Tom said RJ and Randall, they're like in the top 50 a minute wide. I think both of them averaging over 30 minutes. But yeah, to me, just listening to how y'all losing and it's contributed to coaching, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But only way that we change that is another coach. I
Yeah,
don't know the direction and the Knicks go. I think the Nets keep Jacque Vaughn. They sign him to a long-term contract. I see him, regardless of what happens this season, win or loss, Jacque Vaughn being our head coach from now on. I don't know if I'm that confident about Tibbs this season. I feel like y'all fell from grace. I think last week y'all were about sixth seed, pushing fifth, like on fifth, like
yeah.
fifth, not take lose a game or y'all there. And I checked just now, I think y'all the eighth seed. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's hard to say what direction the Knicks are going to go, but I don't trust Tommy T as a fan, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. He would make me nervous. I would lose sleep trusting Tommy T as a head
So
coach.
yeah, I'm super annoyed. You feel me? Like, I think once we get back healthy, we get Jalen Brunson back and RJ back, we're gonna win some games. I definitely think that we're gonna get back up to the sixth seed. We only a game behind the sixth seed team.
How
Uh,
serious is their injury?
he got a sore hip, so this day to day.
Mhm.
RJ
Jalen
Barrett got
Brunson.
a last. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, whatever could go wrong, that Mavericks game went wrong. RJ Barrett got a lacerated finger from Luca's hand swiping at the ball. Like they said, Luca's finger cut him so deep you could see the tendons in his finger.
That's bad.
Like, so that starts off the game. First 2 minutes, RJ out. You feel me? He didn't play in San Antonio neither. This is what I'm saying. Y'all just be chatting, bro. That's why I got allergies to the bullshit. You feel me? Like join the
Oh,
comments
man.
with the bullshit. That's why I got allergies. But yeah. So lacerated his finger. He's out of the game. But so that might be a week or two for RJ to get back. You feel me? But
Man.
yeah. But Jalen is day to day. I feel like once we get healthy, we'll be back to winning. We only a game behind the Pacers. We be back in sixth seed in no time. But I still want Coach Tommy T out of here, bro. I don't think he's the. And I think I was happy to see Evan Fournier get off the bench and contribute good minutes because it shows that like he's kind of foolish for just benching him. Like I thought Evan should have got some of his minutes taken. I said that. You feel me? And I still stand on that. I didn't think Evan needed to start over Quentin Grimes, but I also didn't think that Evan didn't should have been benched completely. You feel me?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been benched completely, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the difference. The same thing with Cam Reddish. Like I think that if us and Miami is tied,
Mm-hmm.
or no, Miami is a half a game ahead of us.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So what I was saying, I got distracted that quick.
Oh, you was talking about the standings, and then you was talking about yeah, y'all be back in sixth place in
Oh
no
yeah,
time. RJ
yeah.
gonna miss 2 weeks.
Now
2 weeks is on.
I say he could miss a week
Oh,
or two.
okay.
You
A
feel me?
week.
Like
Okay.
depending on how fast his finger healed. You know what I mean? Uh,
Yeah, that's an annoying ass injury because
yeah.
you
I
not
think
your whole body good, but that's probably a shooting hand or some shit.
nah, it was
Like,
his right hand.
okay,
Yeah,
you still
but
need it. Yeah.
yeah, he still needed. But like I feel like once the cut is sealed, he could put like a band or something around it, like how AI used to wear like the finger strap or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
and
I
be
remember.
right back out on the court. You feel me? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so oh no, I'm good, bro. I'm living comfortably right now. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with Coach Tommy T, but I mean, like being realistic, I always said this team was a 6 seed, so these kind of ups and downs are expected. I didn't expect us to win out throughout the whole season. I knew it was probably going to be some rough stretches. And that's what I'm saying, bro. What kind of nails do Luka have that he could just cut somebody's finger like that? That's crazy. He should be fined for not having his fingernails cut.
Manicured. You gotta be
Word.
manicured now.
Word. Yeah. I always knew it was gonna be a 6 seed. I've been saying that since the preseason. These stretches are expected. But the fashion that been losing, I just can't agree with. You feel me? Like the losses is expected. The fashion that we've been losing, I can't agree with because I think it's lack of in-game adjustments from the coach. Like I can name everything that should have been done off the top of the head, and it's simple. I think it's simple fixes. Like one against Toronto, how do you not send a double at Siakam and get the ball out of his hand? How does that not happen all game? How does that not happen?
Yeah.
How does that not happen, bro? Like he's the only one killing us.
No.
Like how does that? And it's not like he's shooting threes. It's him just getting to the cup all game. How you not send a double team or trap him on every drive? Send another man at him on every time he drive the ball. Like how does that not happen? Because Coach Tommy T don't double ever. Right? Who else we lost to? We lost to the 76ers. Right? Yeah.
Great.
It was the 76ers. How you again drop coverage like Niang said, like how is that not a thing, bro? Like how do you not press up on Niang knowing that his only job out there really is to shoot?
I was going at it with you or Kev. I was like, yo, why Quinn Grimes left him? And one of y'all was like,
no, it was me.
It was yo. I was listen.
So
that's no discipline, bro. Like
so no, it's not. Again, it's not on Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes, man. Oh, that's what I was arguing about. Quentin Grimes. That's the other thing that was wrong. Quentin Grimes, man, was James Harden, right? Second half, for whatever reason, Quentin Grimes was fighting over screens all first half. James Harden, shooting wise, didn't really have a great first half. He was like 2 for 8 from the field, right? He shot a bunch of free throws that gave him his point. He had like 10 free throws, like 8 or 10 free throws in the first half. But in the second half, for whatever reason, Coach Tommy T went to switch everything. Like he started switching everything, and that's when James Harden started going crazy. It's like, yo, like, and that's not the first time that Coach Tommy T went from Quentin Grimes being the primary defender to switching everything on a night that he was playing good defense. He did that against Ja Morant.
He's stubborn in his ways, man.
It don't make no sense. But anyway, for those two reasons, that's why we lost that game. I forgot the Chicago game. Chicago game, I think that was just DeRozan being DeRozan, man. I ain't really got no real smoke for that game.
I tuned in for that too.
I'm pretty sure there's a play that I could remember, a play or two or something that Coach Tommy T did, but I just can't remember right now.
Stop it, Barry.
Yeah. But the 76ers already explained that. Dallas Mavericks, same thing. Should have double teamed Luka, get the ball out of his hand, let somebody else beat you. And all the other things that I explained earlier, like calling a timeout after Dinwiddie hit the three to advance the basketball, fouling him before he hit the three, and putting Jericho Sims in at for the last shot. I mean, the missed free throw at the end of the game. And in the Spurs, literally, like, yo, the dude was doing the same thing over and over, just getting to the front of the rim and floating up the ball. Like, how do you not stop the penetration pulse? How do you not play a zone? How do you not
penetrating?
You got Cam Reddish sitting on the bench, guy that's 6'8", 7-foot wingspan, and the guy that's beating us is literally just getting to the front of the rim and shooting over the people that's taller than him. I mean, shorter than him.
Damn.
No adjustments. You feel me? And that's how we lose these games because offensively, in all of these games, we were good
Mhm.
offensively.
Yeah. I was
All
wanted to say
games.
that too. I had seen, to me, it felt like more the same from last season. And again, I watched the highlights with the Luka game. You know, I don't usually do that, but it was historic. So I wanted to watch the highlights. And one of the blaring things that I seen was y'all had the lead for the most part of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, first three quarters, even in the fourth quarter, it looked like they only had the lead
Right.
when
I'm
they won
almost
the
done.
game. And damn, that's in my opinion a meltdown. If you
Yeah.
got the game for, I mean, if you got the lead for like the first three quarters, even up into the fourth quarter, and then you lose the game for whatever reason, you melt. That's a meltdown, bro. Like you supposed to win that coaching wise, and they even showed the stat and just flow and tempo wise. Most times when you got to lead the game, it's a tougher assignment for a team to come back, tie the game, and win the game. You know, the team
Bro.
that's usually up usually wins the game. Even if the other team comes back, they usually can fend the team off and, you know what I'm saying, survive the onslaught or whatever, or they run and they win the game. And I'm saying, like I said, more the same. I think you guys were last season when it came to fourth comebacks, you know, where y'all the other teams had a lot of comebacks. Like y'all
Yeah.
don't got a tight
So
grip
again,
on
so
the win
again,
at the end of the game, not clutch.
again, this is I don't contribute it to not being clutch. I contribute it to being tired. Like last season, I was complaining about the minutes guys were
Jason,
playing last season. You feel me? I was complaining about this from last year. If you remember, I was saying fire Coach Tommy T because he's playing guys too many minutes and he was going to hurt RJ Barrett. I said this from last season. You feel me? And I feel like it's more of the same going into this season. He's running guys into the ground, bro. He's gonna run guys into the ground, and it's the same thing. I think guys are getting gassed, bro. They're getting
yeah.
gassed. They're burnt out in the fourth quarter, and you don't see them making plays. You see them, bro. Like I'm out of shape. You feel me? So I know how hard it is to play basketball when you uh you out of gas, bro. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
it's difficult. It's difficult, and that's a major problem for us. Yeah, I mean, and somebody said is I saw it earlier too, but you was talking. What he said. Uh, that it. Oh yeah, Quan said it. Nah, that's cap, bro. I think. I think Evan and Cam Reddish is very serviceable players. You feel me? And they deserve minutes. They deserve minutes, bro. Like, yo, listen, man, you can't be trash. Like, I don't consider anybody for their career that average 14 to 16 points a game for their career. That's not trash. It's hard to score in the NBA, bro. Like, you considered elite when you close to when you 20 and above. Like, you considered almost like you consider top echelon scorer 20 and above. So
Mm-hmm.
to score 14 to 16 points a game, that's not trash. For your career, that's not trash. I mean, Cam still got some things to prove, but we've seen the kind of skill set that he has and what kind of ability that he can have, right? But uh he bro, so and that's the issue, bro. Like these guys are NBA players, but they being treated like G leaguers. So Quan, you gotta chill. Cause Julius Randle been balling out. I already said over this losing streak, Julius Randle was averaging 33 points, 32 points, 32 points a game, 12, so 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists over this losing stretch. He's been balling out and playing 41 minutes a game. He's been balling out, bro. He's human. You know what I mean? And I'll take it back even further. Over the last 13 games, that's including the win streak, the 18-game win streak, for those who be like, oh, he's doing that, but it doesn't matter because they're not winning. Oh, including the 8-game win streak and the 5-game losing streak, 13 games, Julius Randle averaged 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's not the issue, bro. And he's been doing that, shooting 49% from the field, 48%. 48% from the field. He's not the problem. Julius Randle's literally giving us everything he got. Pause.
Oh man. Jay asked a good question. He said, "So when do y'all break the streak?"
Man, listen. you wanna you wanna
This is JTV on that. He on y'all, boy.
you want an honest answer, bruh? The way coach is coaching, the way guys is looking, uh, bro. What are you talking about? He's not, bro. The number you put his numbers up over the last 13 games against the best players in the NBA, and they match. What are you talking about?
Who you talking about?
Julius Randle. He said he's kind of the issue because he's not a number one. Julius Randle's
Um,
playing really well. Like yo, and this is the crazy part, right? Steph Curry is an absolute legend in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying Julius Randle is on the same level, but I'm saying Steph Curry was averaging 30 points a game, and his team had a losing record. Steph Curry is absolute. It's not all about just the number one player, bro.
nah. And to add to that, I have because y'all were talking about the bench. Y'all in front of us actually, by maybe 2 or 3 teams. Y'all averaged 32.2 points off the bench. We averaged 31.8. So yeah, we pretty much even on the bench as far as production wise. But I guess our starters are that much better. I don't know. You break down the stats, but the best bench is the Spurs. It's funny y'all say that. Y'all lost to the Spurs. They got the best bench, but averaging 42 points per game. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, we don't have the best bench, but we got guys that contribute off of the bench, like a Wasabi Watanabe. He leads the league in field 3-point percentage with 52% at currently. It might change from night to night. You know, I go in the NBA.
Yeah.
We got Seth Curry. He's not playing so well. Joe Harris, he plays well when he's healthy. He's injured right now. You know, my guy Cam Thomas. Let me just say this about Cam Thomas. Barry wants to trade Cam Thomas. Nets fans are on the fence about trading Cam Thomas so that we could get a big player, this and that. Listen, I heard Jacques Vaughn in an interview, and he spoke to the press about professionalism. He said, Patty is a professional. I seen him come out the other night in practice. He warmed up. He was, giving good energy, and I wanted to play him. And he didn't say this. I'm saying this. Patty Mills came to the game. And he had 12 points, big 12 points. Had 3 for 3 behind the 3-point line, and he hit 3 free throws, which was essential for us winning that Atlanta game. And he spoke about Cam Thomas. He said, guys coming to me like Cam Thomas and asking me like, yo, why I'm not in the rotation. And he says, I speak to them like professionals and I let them know what it is. That being said, on January 5th is the first time that you can sign players in a free agency. First time free agency comes available. I think we go more on the lines of trying to pick somebody up in free agency, maybe a Hassan Whiteside, maybe a DeMarcus Cousins. But based on us on a 10-game win streak and that pace of game where Cam Thomas had to show up and he was 13 for 20 and he had 33 points, and also they're talking about keeping Cam Thomas because he might be an insurance policy if Kyrie Irving leaves. Now, I don't want to dig into that bag about whether Kyrie Irving leaves or stays because I think it's contingent on winning. And there hasn't been enough of the season to happen to say whether or not he stays or goes. I think he's going to be quiet about that up until the end of the season. I've seen again, they speak to how, when I say the players, KD, Kyrie, they speak to how the present is right now. The present is a present, and they're focused on that right now, opposed to focusing on what we're going to do and what moves we're going to make in the off season. And that being said, I like that. That means they're in sync. Excuse me. That means they're mentally on the same accord, same page right now. They're on the same page as of now, and they're not thinking about what's going on in the future or try to control what goes on in the future. Even they asked Kyrie Irving, "Oh, you got dropped from Nike. What happened with Sia Collective or Sia Collective? Are you going to pick him up as your new distributor for our sneakers is concerned?" He said, "Yeah, we're considering it, but for the most part, I got a big market space. I'm from Australia. I got some places in Africa where they know me, and China." He just talks about the demographic of the business and how he's not even focused on that right now. He's so focused on playing and winning basketball games. So shout out to Kyrie Irving. It was dope to hear you speak and hear it from your narrative to see that you're focused on winning basketball with the Brooklyn Nets in the immediate future. So yeah, he'll get another sneaker. That'll happen, but we're not focused on that right now. And again, man, pull up points, just going through some stats to say how well we're playing. KD, I think he leads the league in pull up points this season. If it's a one-on-one, he's scoring that basket. And I don't want to be long-winded, but I could go on. But what I will say is this: when it come down to the stats, they don't always tell a story. Sometimes you got to actually watch the games. And what I will say is to again keep it around coaching, because I think that's where we were kind of both talking about, is Jacques Vaughn. He'll play you or sit you, and that goes on game to game. He says that when your jersey is called, be ready to play. That don't mean you're gonna play every night, but when we do call you, we need you to be ready. And I can see the energy of the team feeling more confident and less pressure because we're winning games. We don't have to, talk about our expectations. Everybody know what the expectations of the Brooklyn Nets are, what they see us, what our potential is, and what going forward. But again, in contrast to what I said prior, we still under 44 games in one season to see Kyrie Irving, and we got a 10-game win streak in said season. Where we on our way to 44 games in one season with KD and Kyrie Irving. We had 3 seasons with a cumulatively seeing KD and Kyrie Irving on the same team at the same time. And I think we get more of that now. And just to add to what he said about the minutes, Jacques Vaughn, boom, tackled that. KD and Royce O'Neal was leading the league in minutes, number 1 and number 2. Put them in a situation where they're not that no more. They're still playing big minutes, but it dropped in a way where they are more rested players when they're out there. They're not exhausted putting up shots or playing defense. They're
Uncle Sad called. Go ahead, Uncle Sad.
Oh, okay. Go what up, Sad?
You know what it is. Brooklyn!
Yeah.
What up, D-Ty? What up, Big Fan Breezy?
What up,
What up, Sad? What's up?
Yo. Listen, man, let me go down memory lane, man. Let me just recap this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been getting crazy slack for a clown show in Brooklyn for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to recap. You know what I'm saying? When KD came and all that, year 1, KD didn't play the whole year. He had a injury that most players don't come back from. So there was really no expectation that first year. So that year was kind of a wash anyway. Second year, even with the terrible ass coaching of Steve Nash, everything was going according to plan. We was playing Milwaukee, busting them cats by 40 points a game, some games. You know what I'm saying? And then Kyrie got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Injuries happen in the game. You know what I'm saying? And T-Time don't like to use injuries as an excuse, but it changed the nature of the game. So that wasn't clown shit. He got hurt. This happens. He landed on Giannis' foot, twisted his ankle, and that fucked up that. Because I believe we would have went to the chip if Kyrie didn't get hurt. I'm not saying we would have won the chip. I don't know. I think we would have, but I don't know. But I believe we would have beat the Bucks if Kyrie didn't get hurt.
Facts.
Here we go to the next year. Here come the drama with the vaccine. Kyrie don't take it. I support that. I lost my gig for not taking the vaccine.
Me too.
T-Time, same situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking him for that. The shit with him going to the party when he was out for some other bullshit, that was some bullshit. But so he comes back. We go to the fucking, we get in the play-in. He comes back. But they had no chemistry because he was in and out the lineup. And KD got hurt that year. We was the first seed. KD got hurt. So injury again. It wasn't clown shit. It was injury. We was the first seed. He got hurt. Now with Kyrie in and out of the lineup, we dropped from first all the way down to wherever we landed, 9 or 10, whatever. So the only real clown shit
Where's
was
your tablet?
Kyrie
Where's your
taking
tablet?
time off and going to his family's party. He needed
Yeah, go back to
personal
tablet.
time, but you out partying. You know what I'm saying? Because now we come to this year and they got the chemistry, they got the coach. I still think they needed a big man, and everything is going back according to plan. So I'm gonna go on the limb, you know what I'm saying, right now and say if
I'm
we
almost done.
stay healthy, and I'm gonna preface it with that because I don't want to just say this and then T-Time and Jay and all these Knicks fans be killing me like, what happened? Y'all supposed to do this. If we stay healthy, we coming out the East for sure. I'm not ready to predict the chip, but if we stay healthy, we're coming out the East. Book it. City Bam said it right here on motherfucking Knicks person that's who run the city. You know what I'm saying?
Run the city
we coming
said.
out the fucking East. And I just want to say this to Knicks fans. Y'all are now experiencing your own fucking Steve Nash.
It's annoying.
Steve Nash vibe, yeah.
Because when I was screaming last year about how Nash was running Katie in the ground and giving him no rest, playing especially in the playoffs, when we going up against the best team in the East at the time with the most physical defense. KD was getting 2 minutes of rest a game, while the superstars, the other team, would get rest even in the fourth quarter. Now Coach Tibbs doing all that shit to the Knicks. So I'm gonna get off the phone. I don't want to hold up the line, but I just wanted to say that again. I love y'all niggas. Yo, and
love you too, Zach.
Happy New Year. This is the last show of 2022.
Oh, word.
Y'all doing an excellent
That's
job.
true.
And I'm looking forward to 2023 and what it has in store for who runs the city. Love y'all niggas.
I love you, Unc.
Love you too, Zach.
All right.
Dope phone call, man.
Good shit.
Great call.
I really gotta feed my kid, right? But before I go, I want to share something with you that I uncovered today, and I just want to know how you feel about this, man.
Oh, there it goes. Started from the what? Now we what? What? Not big fan Breezy, a net fan. What? No way. Say it ain't so. Big fan Breezy posting this? I knew it. I knew he was a Knick fan, bro. Once a Knick fan, always a Knick fan, dog. I understand. Big fan Breezy posted that. Look. Let me back out. Solomon Henderson at the top of the screen. Big fan Breezy. He posted this.
I'm just curious. What happened? Like
listen, that account, I don't even know. I don't even remember posting none of that. But if it say I posted, I posted. I'm not backing away from that. But I like Kid and I like Kenya Martin, man.
So I get that.
No, I can't give context behind the post because I don't remember the post.
I'm gonna help as much as I can. I know for a fact that this was why the Brooklyn Nets was here. You feel me? Because when you go further back into the pictures, there's some newspaper articles about the Brooklyn Nets that you took with your camera. You took pictures of the Brooklyn Nets. So I know the Nets were here. The question I had is, the term started from the bottom. Now we here. Started from that's how you felt, bro. Like the Nets was the bottom, and now they were here.
I mean, we would still be at the bottom if we keep it in context. You know what I mean? The Knicks are still at the bottom.
No, that's not what you were saying. It said start. The picture at the top was them in Nets, and it said started from the bottom. The picture on the bottom was of the Knicks, and then it said now we're here.
Like I said, I don't remember posting it to give it context, but what I will say is that I did. I was doing a vlog the other day, and yeah, that's a. I went on a date with. That was actually the Black Panther movie. I
Yeah.
went on a date with
2019,
yeah,
June 5th. It was your birthday.
yeah, yeah. I went on a date with my shorty and my son. We went to go see Wakanda, and I wore the hat. I prayed that y'all never found that picture. To be honest with you, you know. But like I said, I left it up there. You know what I mean? I could have
Yo,
took
yo,
it down after I seen the account.
yo,
But when I seen the account there, I just left it there. Like, man, we doing too much stuff in the Brooklyn Nets for me to worry about me being a Knicks fan. And the other
yo,
day when I was doing a live on my page, and I said, y'all want me to be a Knicks fan? This is my Knicks fan vlog. The Knicks is trash.
yo,
So
listen,
I play with it or whatever, man.
yo,
Like I
listen.
told you,
Hey, yo, that was crazy.
I never was against the Knicks like that.
Yo.
But it's a rivalry, so I respect it. But the point is that y'all tried to say that I wasn't a Brooklyn Nets fan because I like the Knicks. So I'm like, I don't know about
all
that.
I'm saying, nobody's reaching. I'm just posting pictures, bro. Your man's posted that. What am I reaching? How am I reaching?
I got this, Jay.
Your
At the end of the
man's posted that.
no, I got you, Jay.
Hold on. Your man's decided to match with his fit on his birthday a New York Knicks hat. That your man did that. I wear a lot of black, bro. I wear a lot of black and white. That's my go-to set of colors. There ain't no Brooklyn Nets paraphernalia over at this house, bro. There's none.
Yeah.
There's none. Not one hat, not a shirt, not nothing. No, nothing.
What I will say is I'm not joking. I definitely remember the picture, and I definitely remember I was smiling not because I was wearing a Knicks hat, but because I went to dinner with my girl and my son.
That you was happy because that blue and orange was gracing you great. You feel me? Like that blue and orange, it felt good. You put on. I know when you looked in the mirror when you put that hat on, it was like, ooh. Your boy.
Jay said you trying to the tracks of Jadakiss voice. Yo, that's hilarious. Listen, I wore the hat, and trust me, I'm not dodging the fact that I like the hat. It's a nice hat. As you can see, I had the hat for a long time, right? But it's funny because I was recently looking for the hat. Like, do I still got this fucking hat? And I don't know where it is. Like, it's just somewhere or whatever.
But you lied to us, Big Fan Breezy, because when we found the other hat, when we found a picture of the other hat, you said you wore that hat one time and you gave it away.
Listen, man. Listen, my hand in the cookie jar, man. Listen, my hand is in the cookie jar. I got crumbs all over my face. Like, I'm not ducking no smoke, man. You got me. You know what I mean? You got me. Hand in the cookie jar. I didn't have any cookies. Grandma, I promise, Grandma. They're lying on me, Grandma. Cookies all over my face. I'm handing the cookie jar. But again, man, it's hard to be a Knicks fan realistically right now because
I'm gonna tell you how I found the picture though, right? I'm gonna tell you how I found the picture, right?
All right.
So I commented like Jay posted something and I commented on it, and then somebody else posted replied to my comment. You know what I mean? So I was like, "Ooh, who that?" You feel me? It's one of them situations. Ooh, who that? So I clicked because everybody looked good in they avatar, they small little avatar. You feel me? So I was like, I clicked on it. I was like, okay, whatever. Then I scrolled down. I was like, two mutual friends. I knew me and Jay had her as a mutual friend, right? But then I saw Solomon Henderson. I was like, that looked like an old picture. Oh, this is an old profile. There's definitely skeletons in this closet.
I seen the profile. I just left it, man. Like, have it, man.
There's definitely some skeletons in this closet.
Had I known, I probably would have erased that account, man. That fucking Facebook account. You know what happened? I lost it. I couldn't find it, and I started a new one. And then everything that was just on there, pictures, whatever, it was just there. You know what I mean? I forgot all about it.
And to my joy and surprise, the first thing when I clicked on when I went to the photos was I saw you immediately in that Knicks hat. I'm like, oh. It's like on the front. As soon as we opened it up, so I was like, oh, if this is here, let's see what he actually posted himself, because that was in the the pictures of. We go scrolling down. Then I sort of started from the what? Now we what?
I don't remember posting those pictures, but it's on the page, man. So I ain't tripping. I don't I don't remember if I actually gave it to my son, but my son is like that. Anytime he sees something that he just like, yo, dad, can I have it? And I just like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, now listen, kids are like that, bro.
Yeah, he's like that for real.
So now I really gotta go feed my kid. She looked at me a few times and whispered to me, I'm hungry. So it's clip for this. I just want to share that. You feel me?
Yeah. Yo, on the wrap up. Yeah, no, just kind of ending it the way Said did. This is the last show, the last episode of this the fucking year.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until you said it.
Yeah, shout to everybody that support the page. We go through our ups and downs, but we will resolve it. We'll work it out. And my daughter going ham. I'm definitely about to go on dad duty. And again, man, I appreciate y'all, man, because y'all was rocking with us in the off season. Now it's in the season. Y'all still rocking, whether you're a Nets fan or a Knicks fan or a fan that gets called a Knicks fan, but you're really a Nets fan at your heart. You know what I'm saying? Whether what kind of fan you are, just know you celebrate with us, and we appreciate y'all. I got love for all the fans, but more love for the Nets fans. But shout out to the Knicks fans too. And man, we out here, man. We could go on and on all day, but like you say about the tender family, and the season ain't over. We did the 2022 part of the season. Now we're gonna get to the 2023 part of the season. And again, man, I could go on and on, but flowers to the fans. I appreciate
a little bit less long-winded, but yeah, what Big Fan Breezy said. Shout out to all y'all. Yeah, I mean, for sticking with us and being here every single Friday. Yeah, I mean, in the comments going ham. Really appreciate all y'all. Appreciate you, Jay, for always coming to fight for your friend, man. Like,
yeah, Jay got my back, friend. Man. That's my guy.
Good friend, bro. He be in there fighting for. Yeah, not my friend. They're not gonna jump my friend.
Yeah, but that's how you gotta play it, man. That's how you gotta play it.
It's all love. Jay's my guy. Yeah, I mean, I like Jay. It's too bad he's a Net fan, but it's okay. We all have our flaws, right?
That's my guy.
Shout out to my guy Jimmy J. When I see you, Fraz, Team Knicks and Ish, we in the building. Happy New Year. I mean,
yes, Happy New Year.
To all my Who Run the City family. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's what we really are. Like, I can't wait till the summer pop around so we can, man. This summer, I'm trying to have it jumping out here for Who Run the City, man. We're gonna do events and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Always positive vibes. And I'm out of here, man. We out of here.
All right, peace, y'all. I got us winning the next 4 games, so I'll kick it with y'all later.
For everybody who ever worked in an office building, this joke's for y'all. See y'all next year.
Right. Peace, y'all.
All right, later.